Hey there, Dr. Anna Maria Helt here at Osada Natural Health, and Milo's helping me out tonight. I thought I would do just a quick little blurb on herb-drug interactions because I'm teaching a 2-hour class tomorrow night, Tuesday, January 10th, online that gets more in depth in terms of HDI. And so if you want to nerd out with us in that class, I'll have the link for signing up along with this video here. So just check the comments section for that. But I just wanted to do a quickie introduction to HDI. So herb-drug interactions. Lots and lots and lots of people here in the US and actually in many parts of the world are now on pharmaceutical drugs. And a lot of people are actually on multiple pharmaceutical drugs. Lots and lots of people are also taking herbs and other supplements. And by herbs, I mean drinking an herbal tea, taking an herbal extract, tincture, or maybe taking an herbal capsule. So when I speak of herbs, that's what I'm strictly talking about, not weird combination nutraceuticals that has everything in the kitchen sink, in the pill, herbs, vitamins, concentrated chemicals like berberines, for instance, or curcumins that aren't strictly herbs. So I'm speaking about herb-drug interactions tomorrow night and not focusing on those other types of supplements. Anyway, a couple things I wanted to talk about just now briefly is to introduce how these reactions occur. And it's really the same for drug-drug interactions, which are actually fairly common. In fact, one study estimated that about 5% of hospitalizations of elderly people are due to drug-drug interactions. Now, anyway, one type of interaction is when an herb has a direct effect on the activity of a drug in the body. And what I mean by that is, say somebody's taking a medication to reduce blood sugar. A so-called pharmacodynamic interaction between an herb and that blood sugar reducing drug would be if they're also taking an herb that reduces blood sugar or increases blood sugar. There's a pharmacodynamic effect going on there. They're taking the drug to lower their blood sugar. They may be taking an herb that's further lowering it or perhaps increasing it. There aren't a lot of herbs that increase blood sugar, but there are a handful that may. That's an example of a pharmacodynamic interaction. Another example of that, and I've seen this actually when somebody came into me who was seeing a different practitioner. They came into me taking a medication for hyperthyroidism. They were taking a medication to try to bring down thyroid function, but this chiropractor put them on an herb known as ashwagandha, which can actually have thyroid stimulating activity. That is a pharmacodynamic interaction, and actually a potentially dangerous one, where they're on a med that is trying to bring down thyroid function, but they've been given an herb that actually might increase thyroid function. So that's one category of interaction, and I'm going to get more into that tomorrow night in the class and give some specific examples. The other type of interaction that occurs is pharmacokinetic. So that's the fancy scientific term for that. That is when an herb or another drug has an impact on the body's level of a medication. So say somebody is on a heart medication and they take a certain herb that slows down the metabolism of that heart medication, that slows down the breakdown of that heart medication. That then leads to higher serum levels, higher levels in the body of that heart medication. That can lead to either blood pressure that is too low, or it can lead to unwanted side effects of that medication or toxicity. Yeah. Another example of a pharmacokinetic interaction would be if instead somebody was taking an herb that sped the breakdown of their heart medication, that sped its metabolism up in the body. That then leads to lower levels of that heart medication, and blood pressure can start going up. So there can be essentially treatment failure. So that's another major type of interaction that can happen. Now, given the number of people taking medications and the number of people taking herbs together with them, it is surprising that there isn't a much higher number of well-documented herb-drug interactions going on, but there aren't a ton of studies being done on this either. I had to put Milo down. He was getting pissed off and didn't care about HDI. Anyway, so the class is relevant whether you're somebody who takes herbs yourself or you administer them to your family members, especially if any of you are on medications. This class is relevant if you are some other type of natural health practitioner, whether you're an herbalist, naturopath, an acupuncturist who prescribes herbs. This class is relevant if you're a nurse or a nurse practitioner or even a medical doctor who's interested in learning a little bit more about the general categories of herbs to watch out for. So there are certain types of herbs that may possibly pose a higher risk of causing an interaction. So I will go through that tomorrow night as well. So tune in, and thanks for watching tonight. Sorry I had to cut the video in half. Milo was misbehaving. And hopefully I get to meet some of you via screen tomorrow evening in class. Take care, y'all.